It's crypto only, mate. I would not touch crypto in a million years. Crypto.
The United States will be the crypto capital of the planet. We're all together. We're all one.
Okay, where's the gold?
For the first time in the human race, we have unleashed a freedom virus.
Oh God, why are people listening to me? I'm just a guy.
Welcome everyone to the OKX Top Signal Show. We are here around the world, actually. I'm currently in Miami, getting geared up for our Pudgy Penguins OKX Mild West Casino event tonight. So super hyped. I'm actually in the villa where we're going to be hosting the event. So we'll be giving you guys a tour later on. But quick disclaimer before we dive in, everything shared on this show is for informational purposes only and reflects our guests' own views, not necessarily those of OKX. This is not financial advice. Crypto is risky, so always do your own research. I am Elizabeth Olson, Director of Product Marketing at OKX, and I'm here today with Kamsky, who's co-founder of Mood Labs. What's up, Kamsky?
Hello. I'm having so much FOMO. I mean, it's also conference season here in Dubai. So yeah, and we're gonna have Abu Dhabi soon, but I'm really bummed that I couldn't make it because I know that what you've been planning is gonna be so awesome, and the events that Elizabeth organizes are always a banger. So if you're in Miami, you have to sign up. I guess we'll go into details later on how to join it. I'm gonna be watching the pictures. I'll be crying in my corner out of FOMO, but otherwise, anyway, just want to say hi to the chat. We've had an incredible run with our Top Signal shows, and today we have another very special guest, and I can't wait to dive into the news of the market because we have some really fun, actually, news that we can cover this week, and a little bit of green finally. So
yes. Oh my gosh. I feel like that's just in time for the event too, because it would feel really bad to have a bunch of people, traders, founders, builders at our event feeling the weight of the market. So I think it's like such a blessing that we're having a little bounce today. a good reason to celebrate as always, you know. So yeah, no, I'm really excited. You can actually, if you're in Miami, you can sign up for it on our Luma link. It's pinned on my account. And yeah, we're looking forward. Actually, the Pudgy Penguin team has invited all of their entire group of people in their database on Luma. So we do have a headcount cap of 500 people, but obviously there's going to be a queue. So definitely encourage people to get there early. Whoever's tuning and watching today, and in Miami.
You have to
Yeah, this
save me
show.
you have to save me some of the Pudgy, Berbic, there. I don't know if you're gonna have, like,
Oh
some merch,
yeah,
but every Pudgy party has a lot of merch, and
totally.
I am collecting. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think
they're
I
bringing a
need the
claw
merch.
machine for their plushies. There's going to be, I believe, like pack of cards and stickers and merch. We've got like OKX bandanas coming in. So obviously, if you get here earlier, you'll have a likelier chance to be able to snatch some of these cool merch items. Some of them unique to this event. So one of ones, you could say. But yeah, really, really excited to see everyone later today. And we have a surprise DJ as well. We have casino games that are going to be rolled out. So a lot of really fun stuff happening. And I'll give you a little Villa tour at the end of this. But the main reason why we're here today, and the thing that I'm most excited about, is to be chatting with Leap, the one and only Leap, who's such a goat, such a incredible founder and builder in this space for many years. We're going to be bringing him on in a few minutes just after our market update, but I'm just so excited to be chatting with him on crypto giving worldwide and what he's been doing for charities, especially for charities like St. Jude. He's done a lot of really incredible campaigns and has been talking about some interesting things he's been building. So hopefully we'll get him to share that on the show today. But yeah, let's maybe go ahead and dive into the market update. We've seen Bitcoin decline 17% this past week. And it's all about, you know, where is the capital going next? Why is this happening? November's $3.7 billion in Bitcoin ETF outflows did seem like a capitulation, but a lot of people are saying this is not so much capitulation as it was a reallocation. And while retail was panicking, institutional capital rotated altcoin ETFs. XRP funds pulled in 666 million. So Ethereum also posted 5 consecutive days of inflows by month's end. So the market isn't fleeing crypto, it's just diversifying. So I think we're just seeing a lot of reallocation of funds spread throughout crypto. So I think that's actually a pretty positive message. And maybe that's also why we're seeing this little bounce today. People are
Bit of green.
things. Yeah, a little bit of a
Good.
green.
Yeah.
A very modest bounce. It's
Oh
like
my god. Are we gonna be
little
are
shimmy.
we rotating? Is this a bull flag or are we going down? You know, is it let's see. Let's see what happens. But at least, you know, it definitely feels like a bit of relief here. I think there's a lot of people that panicked, a lot of people that got absolutely wrecked in this market. So if you're one of them, of course, just know you're not alone and that there's a lot of people to talk to. Like the crypto community is here for a reason as well. It's a community. So whatever you're going through, just know that there's a lot of people that you can actually speak to and that will know what you're going through, especially if your inner circle isn't necessarily trading or, you know, is not sharing the same experience as you. It can be quite alienating. It's definitely a very special lifestyle if you're trading a lot, if you're into crypto. So, you know, make sure that you surround yourself with people that, you know, support you, but also that know what you're going through. And that's why there's
Yeah.
a community for it and we're here for it. So yeah, just wanted to bring this up because it's definitely not easy to go through these times. Like the swings are crazy. It takes a lot out of everybody's state. Like we all feel it, right? So just wanted to put that out there. You know, just if you're feeling under the water, just reach out. There's always someone to speak to that will listen and is going to be there for you.
And can absolutely relate. I mean, even some of the best traders will talk about the times when they've lost it all through different cycles. Partially why we're all still here. But, you know, I think also it's just so important to realize, you know, at the end of the day, you just keep pushing, you just keep fighting forward and picking yourself up. And yeah, like Kamsky was saying, surrounding yourself by the right community, the right people. And that's also why I'm excited to have the event today. I think it is really important to surround yourself IRL and touch some grass from time to time and take a little break and put things into perspective. I think just even stepping outside, you just like, oh wow, like you can just get into your head easily if
Or get a
if
cat.
you're locked in a lot. Yeah.
Or get like a
Um,
little fluffy friend.
yeah.
It
Oh
really.
my gosh. So cute. Campsie, what have we got going on in the trenches this week?
Honestly, some really fun news. Let me share another screen. Wait, give me a sec. What's happening here? There's some like hilarious news. So on the Pokemon side of things, wait, I'm trying to share my other stream. Yes, here we go. So Kabuto King has decided to corner the market for the Kabuto Pokemon cards. And, you know, this guy has been collecting all of the cards. I think the price jumped from, I can't remember the exact numbers, but basically he cornered the supply, meaning that these cards became rarer. And there's been a whole sort of like wave that has been kicked off. So these Kabuto are in high demand right now. Like this guy is accumulating.
Oh my gosh.
He's basically market making. And also another fun fact, like there's a meme coin that came out of this because I mean this made some like pretty huge news. There is here you can see biggest price spikes in Pokemon this week, and it's all for this one guy. And let's see, obviously the crypto community is very much involved, and we can see here that he gave a little thank you as well to the Solana community for fueling the future of this collection, which is insane. Let me bring on the token. There is actually a meme coin that's came out of this. Da-na. There you go. Okay, so this is cool thing about the OKX DEX is that you can actually see everybody that's like in there. If you feel that there's too much noise, basically you can also just like deactivate this. So I'm going to go on display. I'm going to remove all these. Yeah, there you go. So you can just see the chart pretty much. Oh shit. Why did it? Sorry guys. Give me a second. I don't know why I did. Okay, we start over. Display all. So the cool thing about the deck,
ironically, it's called Vibes. This feature is Vibes. You can like check your friends and see when they're tweeting and see where they're tweeting in the price action relative to the price action. So if you see somebody that tweets and then things pump, maybe that's a top signal person to be looking out for. Obviously, if we were to see someone like Elon tweet, we would probably see a pump right after. So, but it's kind of interesting to see where your KOL friends line up in that regard as well. So people actually have a vibe score. If you look in there, you can see people that have different vibe scores. So if somebody tweets and something pumps afterwards, they're going to have a higher score. If they're building out more engagement, especially if they have I actually don't know if the address is linked as well in here. I'd have to double check. But
I mean, I can check here. Our friend Chris Coffee, I see him here, bought $133. So we're like exposing you live here, but this is what
poor Chris. We love you, Chris.
This is what Dex, the power of it, and so you can actually see like everyone that's like in there. You can see the average buy price. You can see, if you don't know what this is about, you can have a little AI narrative thing here. But yeah, it's been fun. And also the fact that this coin has like survived and is still there is showing sign of strength. And also just want to bring up, there was another also coin called Pippin that managed to reach 20 mil. Obviously, it's not what they used to be, but at least, we have some volume there. Also, before we move on to our amazing guest, we have some pretty insane success stories coming out of crypto, or at least partially the founder of both the founder of Polymarket and Kalshi are the youngest billionaires in the world right now, and the Kalshi co-founder is a woman, and they're actually planning on integrating Solana onto their platform. So more crypto in there, and yeah, like pretty exciting news.
So awesome to see. I remember like people were making fun of Polymarket just a year ago, saying like, what's going to happen after the election? Is it going to be dead? So yeah, it is really interesting to see the strength, and now another a competitor come out. And I think that just the more competition you see in any given industry, it's very bullish because it just shows that the thesis is on, and there's a lot of pie to be split between
People
different
love to
competitors to
gamble.
thrive. People love to gamble. Yep.
Yeah.
With that said, I think we're going to jump right into it. I know we did have a later start today on the show. I had some technical issues. I was stuck in some Miami traffic, to be honest, but appreciate y'all's patience. We're so excited to bring on Leap today. We can get him up on stage. Leap is the founder of donate.gg, pushing the frontier of crypto-powered philanthropy. If you spent any time of crypto Twitter, of course, you already know him as one of the best OG Spaces hosts, shaping countless of conversations and culture across crypto. Leap, you're amazing. We're so excited to have you here. Welcome to Top Signal.
Cool. Appreciate you guys so much. And I just want to reveal I will be the secret DJ at the OKX event. And I'm
Really?
playing strictly bangers, only Vivaldi. So there you go. That's my announcement.
Vivaldi. All right. I'm here for it. It might feel more like a wedding reception in that case, but hey, let's elevate the casino vibes. It is a Western theme, actually. That's why I'm wearing. I'm dressed like a cow today. This is my Western look.
We love the cow prints. I'm having so much FOMO. Like, are you guys trolling me, or is it really? You're gonna DJ?
No.
No. Okay. Sorry, I fell for the joke.
I couldn't keep a straight face for so long. But Leaf, it's awesome to have you. I see you're wearing your St. Jude shirt today. I love it.
Yep. Actually picked this up. They have like a little store on campus in Memphis, and I have like a bunch of different St. Jude merch. So
yeah, well, I love to see it. It's very, very on point for today. I know you're building out some really awesome things with them. Some things in the mix. Do you have any special announcement to share on the show today? I didn't even ask before, but like any alpha to drop today, or should we dive into that? Or
yeah, like no pressure. But Luke and Nets announced the Pudgy Penguin IPO on our show, so
I don't know if I can live up to like
small flex
IPO, but I don't know how much this is like. I mean, for people who've been listening to me on Spaces or kind of keeping up with what I'm doing, I don't know how much alpha this is going to be. But for everybody else, I mean, we do work pretty closely, with St. Jude when it comes to different fundraisers or so on and so forth. We did the art auction at the end of last year during Art Basel, and that was really cool. And
how much did you raise for that?
For that one, we did, I think, close to 250,000.
Wow.
And then there was some collaboration with, I think it was about 150,000 just a couple of weeks ago with Solana and Gemini, and that was for St. Jude as well. So yeah, we have a couple other things in the works with them, but I don't know if I'm at liberty to discuss all of them right now. But
sure.
shout out to
no pressure. I feel like we do need to, of course, zoom out. Would love to actually hear your story around, how Donate GG came to be, and maybe even just like, I feel like also for those, I mean, we've all been around the space for so long. Like I feel like you're always interviewing people, Leap, but I actually haven't heard your personal story of how you got into crypto. I know that's very basic to ask, but I actually don't know this about you. So I would love to know, like, what was your journey into crypto in the first place? And then maybe we go into like how you're now leveraging crypto for the greater good.
Yeah. So I think my story was probably pretty similar to other people's story, where I was trading actually on Robinhood because it was just easy to trade on it, much easier than like E-Trade or Schwab or any of these other things. And I started in 2016. It was like buying AMD and this sort of stuff. And then obviously just like everything was booming. Tech was booming. The platform Robinhood was booming. Everybody was getting into trading. And if you were on the internet at that time, you probably did hear about Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other things. And it was a couple years later, I think it was at the end of 2017, early 2018, where I started buying Bitcoin for the first time. and I was working whatever job, like door-to-door sales and um, teaching piano lessons and like doing all of these different things because prior to crypto, I was actually studying classical piano. I was enrolled in a music school when I was 3 years old. So I kind of just that was my
Oh,
whole thing
cool.
was music. And anyway, the first
That's
time I bought
crazy leap. That was my world too,
I was
actually.
gonna say, right? You guys have so much in common.
Yeah,
You have a youth
I was a
circuit.
piano performance major, so from pianist to pianist, that's awesome.
we'll have to do one of those like dueling piano things one day.
I don't know. I've seen you play piano in one of your videos, and your leap's incredible. Absolutely, you were playing over somewhere over the rainbow, and you were just like absolutely like creating magic on the keys. It was so beautiful to hear because I think you have really a touch for creativity.
Yeah,
It was like
I was
jazz and
yeah, I was never the most technical player. So that was the thing for me is I was more like
yeah.
just things.
This was no like this is no Vivaldi as you
No,
mentioned.
no, it wasn't. But no, I love music, and actually, I wanted to do something music related in crypto. Like my first idea ever
Mhm.
was, um, like, could you tokenize masters and this sort of thing? And I like wrote up this whole white paper on it, and
Wow.
obviously nothing ever happened with it. Um, but
So you always wanted to be a founder. How does that feel, going from just being part, of the community, being involved, and actually now having a successful and working product and that has a major impact? How does that feel?
to be honest, so I honestly didn't really want to be a founder, and it was like never. I actually wanted to be like a rapper or something. And or just like something music related production, whatever it was. And even when I was like doing like trading and more like tech oriented stuff, it was never like, oh, I want to be this like, I didn't even like know what YC was or like any of the startup world or anything. It was just like I kind of want to do something, because I'm in a small town and I'm not going to be able to do anything if I don't like build something or make something. So it was never. It was just like let's get to a point of um, yeah, let's like find some success and like let's do it in a way that's productive. So, but now, fast forward like multiple years of like being in crypto, trading, trying things, failing things, whatever. It was like we'll just like fast forward multiple years and get to March of last year, and that's when I like posted a tweet and I said, like let's raise some money for cancer. I honestly didn't even know if it was going to be for St. Jude or whatever. I had come up with the idea um, like the day before, and I called
Wow.
up.
Wait, what was that like aha moment for you? Like,
What was my birthday? And I was like, you know what? Um, I kind of just like want to do something that isn't like that's like cool and like use this moment of my birthday to like mobilize some people. Let's raise some money for a good cause. And the inspiration for all of that was my dad was in his battle with stage 4 prostate cancer at the time, and maybe selfishly it was like to make myself feel better when you're in these moments of like you're just like back up against the wall. There's nothing you can really do to help your family outside of just like being present. It's like, can I do something for other people? And will that make me feel better? And truthfully, it did. It was like cool to do something nice. And we raised in 24 hours a little bit over $100,000.
wow.
And actually, at current crypto prices, that would have been like probably closer to 2 or 300K. Like this was when everything
Wow,
was a little
nice.
bit lower. Um, and then basically like 2 or 3 weeks later, Alan Carroll, who is just a gem of a human, had hit me up and he was like, hey, because I like sent all the money to St. Jude and whatever. Um, he was like, somebody from St. Jude wants to talk. So I got on a call with somebody. His name is Mark, and he's the head of crypto at St. Jude, and he's actually the real visionary. He's the reason that I think that crypto philanthropy as a whole is where it is right now. There's other people who've done really great jobs, of course. There's other companies who focused on it who've done really good. But he was pioneering this at St. Jude for years and
Oh,
years.
wow.
And he does not get enough credit. Actually, he's really talented, and he invited me down to Memphis. They were doing something, and actually, Alan and I both went down, and that's when I met him, and I had kind of pitched him this idea uh, of like it was supposed to be like a DAO, and we were gonna like bring all these like researchers and like do all this craziness. But I honestly didn't really. I was so naive at that point. I didn't even know what it meant to even work in the world of like charity X crypto or whatever that would have ended up being. Um, yeah, and then there's like a lot that happened after that. But that was like the origin. Like we did the donation drive, and he invited me down there. So
And you did some pretty crazy also show. It was this summer, right? You did like a 24 hours or 40. How long was the stream that you went live for the Mr. Beast water? Remember?
yeah, so
I remember I
that
donated to that.
that one was great. So shout out to Team Water. I'm actually gonna be immediately after this. I have to drive 2 hours to the airport, and I'm going to fly to LA because tomorrow morning there's like a panel at this like big philanthropy conference, and it's like the CEO of Team Water. His name is Matt Fitzgerald. He invited me to come do that. But they're great. I mean, they raised 40 million in a month. It's the biggest creator-led campaign I think ever in that
Did
period
you
of
meet,
time. It's
did you
unbelievable.
meet Mr. Beast?
Huh?
Did you meet Mr. Beast?
No, not yet. Not yet. But he's doing a great job. And but we did, so it was, I think it was August, I can't even remember which month it was, just a couple months ago. And we did 24 hours. And the goal was to do $1 million in donations, but that was a pretty big goal, to be honest. That was like way bigger than anything I had ever done before. We did not hit that. I think we ended up getting to 200,000.
I mean, it's still insane if you think it's good to put the bar high, but that was still insane, honestly.
Yeah, it was.
Being up all night. Like, oh my God.
I realized at like we did like so crazy in the first like hour. We did like 100K in an hour. Like, oh, not only are we going to do 1 million, but we're going to do 2 million. And we had all these like guests, and I flew K Money in. Thread Guy came. We had like a dude with a bird. Like it was a whole thing. I got my chest waxed / shaved on stream, and it was
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, that is
it
like
was
crazy dedication. I love that so much. And 200K, I mean, honestly, like that's incredible. Like imagine all the impact that, actually kind of curious, Leap, like what kind of impact does that have in the case of the water charity?
so for them, it's $1 equals like 1 year of water for somebody. They've kind of like worked it out
Wow.
for the math to be that. So 200,000, let alone the 40 million that they raised, is a lot of water for a lot of people. And you know, philanthropic work is like this giant iceberg. Like it's so big, and you have to just like chip away at it
Mm,
from all sides. So a lot of times, I think like one of the biggest critiques with philanthropy too is like, is the money, are the funds actually going to contribute? Like, is it helping? Is it actually doing anything? And
right.
I personally believe, I mean, it is. It's philanthropy is like a lot bigger than I think what a lot of people understand. So
Right. And I think that's what kind of breaks my heart sometimes is, people not wanting to give to charity because I think there has been like trust broken in the past. Uh, but,
Also, like
but
the
honestly, like it's,
charities, like a lot of them are businesses, right? So they need to obviously pay their employees. There's been big scandals
right.
of C-suite employees being paid six-figure salaries when that raised a lot of red flags, or people at least were saying, if you're doing this for charity, why are you treating this as like an actual business? And it's difficult, right? At the same time, it's difficult. But also the thing for crypto is that why crypto I think is so interesting as an alternative way of fundraising is that it actually bypasses traditional ways for fundraising that are heavily regulated. Like if you're a charity, and I'm sure Leap, you can speak more about this, but if you're a charity and you are getting money from, let's say, Washington, you have to apply for grants, you're not fully, you don't really have autonomy over what you're going to be able to do with the money, right? And if these donations come from crypto, come from Donate GG, they're great because they don't have the same constraints that a grant from the government would. So do you feel like, sending crypto to charities has a bigger impact? Have you seen this yourself with St. Jude's, Leap?
so it's like a pretty big topic. I'll try to like condense it. And I'm also like not like I just started all this philanthropy stuff like a year and a half ago. So I'm learning every single day. The first thing that I think that makes crypto um, uniquely positioned for just like charitable giving in general is it is a non-cash asset. So it is um, it's like it works differently tax wise, and I think that there's like a huge opportunity around tax optimization in crypto, where people can actually like offset capital gains and do this sort of thing while contributing to some cause that they
Charity of
care
their
about.
choice. Yeah,
Yeah. So there's like really
absolutely.
good organizations in crypto that work with like donor advised funds or are donor advised funds. That's kind of like one of the biggest vehicles for fundraising these days. Um, I do think like, and it's like just to just make it like very specific is like we are not a nonprofit, and maybe we do end up opening an arm that's a nonprofit, but I work with a lot of nonprofits and I know people who are in nonprofits. And the moment that you kind of enter into that sphere, you become much more limited. There's a lot more red tape and for good reason, because there is a lot of fraud in the nonprofit world. I think that we have a lot more impact being for, even though we make no money, I'm for
I was
technically for,
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how do you make money? Because I know that you're not the first platform that supports crypto donations, but the ones that have been around have really high fees, and we've heard from obviously charities that it was really hard for them to use them just because obviously the commission was pretty high, and you guys don't take that. So how does the known HEG make money?
so this is kind of the golden question. There are some like amazing platforms. Like I think the Giving Block does a phenomenal. I mean, they've been out for like damn near a decade. They do a phenomenal job. Endowment is like way more like crypto. It's like they're doing all smart contracts. They're doing a great job. Um, the fee model seems to be pretty successful. Um, the whole vision for donate.gg initially was, can we do this with zero fees? And can we like, bake yield generation? Do we use like Morpho Vault for that? Like, what's the process around that where we can basically like find some other way to make money that doesn't come initially out of donor funds? The reality is that is very difficult. So we haven't taken a single, penny of fees. We might end up introducing some sort of fee in the future, 50 basis points, something like maybe a little bit more. I don't really know.
But that
Um,
would make sense because ultimately then your business becomes sustainable and you can actually, generate revenue that ultimately will keep your business alive and allow major impact, right?
yeah, just to sum it up, I'll say this: like, I was talking to somebody about this recently. I was like, oh, the story of like, um, like no fees or this, that, and the third, and maybe we still find out like a really unique way to do that. But if we don't have a story to tell at all because we've like, not been able to sustain the organization, then that's worse than the alternative. So, um, but no, we have some like cool plans coming up, and we actually just went from we had like 6 charities on donate.gg, and it was like a very manual process of like getting in contact with charities, getting them to set up a wallet, manually sending funds. Like it was just like a very like we had focused so much on the donor experience of like if you go to donate.gg, it just like looks like Uniswap, it looks like Jupiter, it looks like a DeFi swap. And it was
Mhm.
designed that way because I know the target audience is people that are trading all day. These are people that would have never really donated prior, and that those are the people that we're trying to approach.
I
Um,
was gonna ask, do you think like crypto, obviously like crypto, a lot of crypto people, or at least people that are in crypto are here to make money. Um, do you see them, like, do you think they're a bit greedy? Like, are they
Is this the right target audience?
or at least are we at the right part of the cycle where people are going to start, donating? Like, what do you feel should happen for crypto people to start giving back?
so if you want to approach it from the most pragmatic point of view, which is it is actually like pretty good tax optimization tool. It can offset a lot of your capital gains while doing good. I'm not a tax expert, but like, and there's also like there's like a whole world in which that is a little bit different too. Than we don't have enough time to discuss it, but there's like so much involved there that I've just been learning more and more about every single day. And but on the other side, I actually don't think crypto people are selfish. I think people act in their best interest, but I wouldn't consider that selfish. I think that's just self-preservation. That's just doing what's best for you and your people. Um, I actually do think it's a good target audience, and something that we're doing going forward too is um, like embedding and like something that we're working on now is our this is actually I haven't talked about this before. I guess I'll say this here. So we're
There we go.
okay. So the first part is
Crazy.
to finish off the other part is we were at 6 charities. We are now working with Candid, which was formerly GuideStar, and implementing it's actually live right now. You can go check it out on donate.gg, but we use their API, and there are now 10,000 charities on donate.gg. So from 6 to 10,000.
Wow.
And the way,
Huge congrats overnight.
well, it was a huge technical challenge because it's like, and dude, there's not even enough time to talk all this stuff. On donate.gg, you can do peer-to-peer donations and P2C donations, peer to charity. The way that that's handled is completely different. When you do peer-to-peer donations, we're like creating dynamic wallets in the back end programmatically for you. When you're doing peer to charity donations, we're creating Fireblocks vaults programmatically in the back end, because the way that you custody institutional enterprise partners is significantly different than like the self-custody that we kind of want to give to people that are doing peer-to-peer donations. And as much as like the charitable, nonprofit, philanthropic side of donate.gg exists, there's like this other side that's kind of been like cooking and steeping, which is how many times in crypto did the crypto community say like, there's this person we want to raise for them, and there's like not a really easy way to give them crypto. And the thing about donate.gg,
Transparent even. Or even transparent, right?
yeah, or transparent and just like publicly, and you can just see where everything is. The thing about donate.gg that makes that easy too for like crowdfunding in that regards is that it is multi-chain, right? Like you can just have like one donate.gg address and accept Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, and any asset on any of those chains, and more chains to be added. That is like a very like, in my opinion, like unique proposition that we offer. But
Totally. So you can donate in any meme coin you're
yeah, so
accepting.
we haven't enabled meme coin donation. Like we just have like stables and
Okay.
like ETH and Sol and BTC, but we can with a
Staples and
with a
majors.
snap just like turn on everything. We just want to do it slowly.
Yeah. No, that's so exciting. And it's interesting to hear how crypto is uniquely positioned for this as well. I think one thing that's really exciting is also like this breaks down the barriers of borders, right? Now anybody from anywhere in the world can donate to different charities, and it's so much more easy to do because you don't have to wire funds. I remember trying to donate to a charity, a very niche charity in Africa, and just trying to get the money to them was super complicated, and I had to go through like a separate organization. And I think it's really solving this problem by just being able to, because this is for any international charity as well, right?
So we're like focused specifically on United States charities right now, just because that's where I'm based and it's easier to work within. Like there's like different laws around nonprofit giving everywhere. Like, it's like
Mm.
completely different everywhere. So you could technically use donate.gg. Anybody could use it.
But
And
anybody from anywhere in the world can donate to these U.S. charities.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The global I mean, there's like millions and millions of nonprofits globally, and like we do have a plan to do that because again, the whole pitch is like this global underlying infrastructure for giving, but it is a huge challenge. So
Yeah.
just starting small and moving up.
Yeah, I will also
don't
say, since we were talking about like crypto people and giving in general, I feel like crypto people actually maybe they would be a good target audience because these are people that like to take risks. And I think anytime people are giving away their money and don't have full control over it, they're like, okay, I'm going to give it and entrust it to this organization. It almost feels like a risk. And even just this concept of like radical generosity and giving something to others can, it's like a way of you're surrendering your control over something and just like going for it. And I feel like maybe that same spirit of like, hey, I'm just going to totally invest in something because I feel it. I feel like it's going to be impactful. It's sort of a similar spirit to giving and generosity. So I hope that will resonate with people, and they would want to kind of look into what charities would fit what they're looking for and fit their thesis of what they think will make impact in the world.
I mean, you know what they say, right? Everything you give comes back to you multiplied. So
I hope that's true. 'Cause
Karma.
we've given a lot. Yeah, I think in totality, like giving is kind of fun, especially in crypto. For some reason, it just like feels good. People tend to like it. There is an appetite for it, which has been like a great surprise. Just in the United States, there was $550 billion donated last year. That's just fiat, not crypto. But
Wow.
in crypto, I think there was. I'll give this one anecdote, and it should tell you everything you need to know. For Mr. Beast's donation drive that he did for Team Water, there was 40 million raised, and 10 million of that 40 million was with crypto. Like
oh,
that's
wow.
a surprise. Like it's like okay, almost half of the money was crypto, and the reason is
Wow.
because just think about it. Like they're doing this stream, and it's like 24 hours when they were doing it, where most of the money was donated, or like a large percentage of it. And these people are like, there's like people donating at like 3 a.m. in the morning. You can only do it with Bitcoin. You can only do it with stables. Like you can't, if you want to do a donation, big one, it's like wire transfer, multiple days, this, that, and the third. And with crypto, it's like you just snap your fingers and it's done. So I don't know. This is like the coolest shit in the world. Like I think that
Yeah.
we focus so much on like speculative tools, perps, this, that, whatever, which are all amazing. And I use all of these things. But I personally believe that like donate.gg is like a fucking beacon in like a world of like degeneracy and debauchery. And yeah, we're excited to keep cooking and showing everybody what we can do.
Who's the
What's your
person? Sorry, just one last question about this. Who is one of your, the big donors that you've had, like the most surprising big donors that you've had donate on donate.gg?
So this was actually before donate.gg launched. This was we've had some like I think like it was like Luck.io like donated like $100,000 during the Team Water thing.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
never spoken to them in my life. They just did it. Like it just showed up on the
Wow.
screen as $100,000. I was like, what the heck? Um,
Legends?
that was a huge surprise. And then and we've had like other people do like 20, 30K, whatever it is. One of the most surprising, and this was prior to the launch of donate.gg, this was during the art auction. This was actually like right after the art auction. It wasn't even bidding on art. Frank D Gods fucking called me and he was like, I just kind of want to donate. And I'm like, well, okay. And he's like, send me an address. And he just sent 100K. And this was like, he wasn't even bidding on the art. It wasn't anything. He basically doubled the entire, we had only raised like 100K or 120K or whatever it was. And
Wow.
so we like people want to give. And it's just not super easy to do so, even though there's other great products and there's like a ton of other amazing people working on this stuff. Like, I just think that we have approached it in like a very crypto native. And also we've done a lot to just like build up the trust level, and people just, they trust us. They're just like, okay, we know the money's going to St. Jude. We know that you guys are doing it the right way. So we understand that. We're proud of that. And we just want to keep it going.
That's
Yeah.
so
You just onboarded 10,000 charities to crypto, essentially, right?
So this is where it gets like really. This is why this conversation is so much longer. Is okay, cool. You've added these charities. You can now accept all of these different assets. You have a way to custody them, so on and so forth. How do you get the money to the charity? Right. That's a whole that's just like the other back end of the entire thing. And
how do they off ramp and set up their own
exactly. So initially, and this must
OKX exchange account?
so maybe a lot of these charities we talk to, like the first thing they tell me, like, crypto is a scam. We want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I've had multiple calls with charities that are like, we just don't want anything to do with this. And I'm like, we literally have money for you. Like there's money here that people want to give to you, and they don't
still
want
now?
it. Huh?
Like recently?
Not recently, but it was definitely in the beginning before we had more of like a social presence. People are like, what the heck is donate.gg? So
Yeah.
what we're trying to do now, and this is like I mean, Fireblocks is such an amazing tool and it kind of empowers most of this stuff, but um, working with like bridge and liquidation addresses and so on and so forth, where basically all the nonprofits have to do is just KYC through bridge, and the money will just end up in their bank account as cash. And that's way more simple than them just one having their own custody of their own, which like you would think like, yeah, they should have custody of their own assets. Right now, I don't think that's the best move. I'll be honest with you. Nonprofits are huge. They are slow moving. There's so many checks and balances. It is way easier if the money can just get donated, put in a stable coin, yield is generated on it, and then you pass on a portion of the yield and the original donation to the charity, and it just ends up in their bank as cash. That's like the full like stack front to end. And yeah, it's been really hard, but we've been able to do some good work there. So
I want to ask about, because we touched about trading. I know do you still degen by any chance?
yeah,
What's your view on the market in the trenches?
dude, I'm okay. So how do we make money? Is I'm literally in the trenches. That's how we make money. Is this entire company from day one has been funded by meme coins and trading and just being active. And as much as I'm a founder and builder, or whatever the heck, I'm trading all day, every day. I got 10 charts up on the screen right now.
What are you looking at? Give
Dude,
us some of them.
I'm like buying Monad meme coins. I'm like the Kabuto thing. Like I should the Kabuto guy. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. He wanted to donate cards to charity, and I told him, I was like, he wanted to give it to some some kids in a hospital or whatever. I was like, we could do it. We could try to do it at St. Jude. And then it was just like the next day he like explode. It was like exploded, and it
No way.
very busy now. But things, I'll just like, this is charity, and it's interesting because like Binance Week is going on too. Is one of my biggest wins this cycle was a charity coin called Giggle
Yes.
on BSC, and it's at like 100 some mil right now. It got up to like 300 mil. It's like the only coin that got a spot listing throughout the whole like BNB season, though I do think that there'll be more. And I was just like max conviction on it, sub 10 mil, and just kept buying more and buying more and buying more. And it's like a coin that basically, I don't know, they like take a portion of the money and like donate to charity the fees. I think they raise like 12 mil in a month. Like it's just the things that you can do in crypto are just like so bizarre.
Wow.
And we're like totally desensitized to these numbers because like we see these like crazy raises, we see these crazy P&Ls, like all this different stuff. In Web 2, in the rest of the world, they're like, oh, you raised 10 mil for charity in like a month. They're like, what the hell's going on over here? Like we need to understand this. So
I feel like that's what you need. You need these like case studies to show charities. And once they see the numbers and once they see these incredible organizations that you've been behind and help them achieve these different numbers, they're going to want all in. So I don't think any of them will say no once they see the numbers and see the impact that you've made. So that's really incredible.
Leap, what's your strategy for hunting meme coins for trenching?
Yeah, wait, Leap, do you use the OKX DEX trading platform?
So
We have to ask.
I actually do use OKX multiple times a week, but for its mobile interface and its mobile wallet and the swaps
Love
that
to
are
hear that.
there. Because I actually
For the bridging and swaps, right?
I feel like OKX wallet specifically is like, there's so much money and time that was invested in like perfecting this experience that I do think it's like, yeah, like it's just like one of the best. And the amount of, it was actually the only way that I could I used it to bridge to Monad. That's how I was like even buying Monad coins was through OKX. So I think it's just like a phenomenal interface. And there is a lot there compared to like I use basically all the wallets for different reasons. There is a lot there in the OKX wallet. There's so many different like functionalities. So I do think it can be a little bit overwhelming in slight ways, but for somebody like me, it's perfect because it has the bridging, it has the swaps, it has this and that. And you want to go to Ton, you want to buy something, you want to go to Tron to buy something. Like it's perfect for that. So
Yeah, 140 chains. I think that's what's so special about it as well, is like anytime there's a new meta on any new chain, Monad, BSC, whatever, you can just simply bridge over. Bridge sounds scary, but in OKX wallet, it's literally just functioning like a swap. I
Yeah.
was even telling them, I was like, guys, can we just call it all a swap? Because the word bridge intimidates people, but literally it just feels like a swap.
It's
The fees are great, I have to say.
yeah, you guys did an amazing job with it. And I just think that like, and I know this now, after like trying to build something, is that we look at products in crypto that are like super simple and it's like, oh, that looks super easy to do. Dude, it is incredibly difficult to create good UI, good UX, do it in a way that's accessible and feels, mature and trustworthy. And I just have like an undying respect at this point for builders. And you just like don't know how hard it is until you start doing it. So
Totally.
Well, the trenches aren't dead. So if you can give like, 3 tips for trenchers right now in this current market?
okay, these are the real tips. Okay, this is the
Yeah,
honest
we
to
don't
God
want the
there.
fluff. We want the real stuff.
this is what it is find friends who are better at it than you. That is the honest to God truth, is like find people that one, like you actually like trust and they're not like, I think this is like the hardest thing is you just got to find a group. Like that's the reality, is like you have to find a group of people that are all focused on this sole thing of like, we are just going to be present every day, 7 days a week, all day every day, multiple time zones. We're going to look for the best opportunities, we're going to share them here, we're not going to dump on each other. That is the reality. There is no business, there is no entity, there is no content, there is no trading group. There's nothing that's ever happened good in this world that was with one person only. You have to work together. When it comes to content, collab. When it comes to trading, work together with other traders. And this idea of like, I have this like really like notorious tweet from like 2 years ago that was like, there's a cabal, and everybody's like, and it went so viral, and people made like
You coined the term cabal,
I don't
actually,
like
right?
it, but it was
Oh,
like
it was someone
it was
who shared with you.
yeah, I regret that tweet too. I got a lot of like blowback from that. But
What's the lore again of the cabal?
dude,
I
the
can't
lore is
remember.
like, I was down bad, and I'm just like, everyone's making money besides me. They must be working against me. So
There's a cabal.
I just think
Is
there's
there a
like,
cabal?
huh?
Is there a cabal? Now looking back.
There's like 50 different cabals at this point, but yeah, there's like good trading groups too that like are very accessible. They're going to be bigger. Like I know. Like,
Do you feel like to stay in your cabal, you have to be actively contributing yourself, or do you feel like you've earned this trust and you've like contributed in ways to these people, like by having them on your shows in the past, where it's like, hey, we're gonna do Leap of Solid and have them in this chat? Like, what do you feel like can help people? Like, do you have to be an incredible trader yourself to stay in a chat, or do you feel like there's other ways you can contribute and get in the GC?
I mean, I'm not like the most, to be honest, like where my skill set lies is that like I can hold longer than everybody else, and I can like have conviction on something that's like minus 99%. And just like I'll hold for like 8 months.
Wow.
And
that's serious conviction. In this rotational market, even like a day is like
months.
My average hold time is
years.
It's months.
Crypto.
I don't think I've ever bought something and sold it in a day. Genuinely, like I like hold so long, and you lose a lot because of that, right? Like I end up like, my strategy isn't perfect because, yeah, I mean, like I've round tripped so much money. I've like it's disgusting, but you will eventually have that one hit that just outpaces everything. And for me, it was the Trump trade. Is like I've basically full ported Trump at 300 mil market cap, less than 60 seconds after the
tweet.
Not even the tweet, the Truth Social post. It was before it was
no. Oh,
because,
you got on Truth. So that's amazing.
well, honestly,
Wow.
more people did than I think what everyone understands is like, dude, people have alerts for Trump across all socials,
Yeah.
especially at that time where like meme coins were crazy. It's like people had alerts for every politician, every gray check mark, everything.
Right. And he
And,
already launched an NFT collection, so why not
yeah, like, and
why
to be
not a
honest,
token
A
at that
very
point?
indiscreet question. Can you say live how much you made on that trade?
I mean, I did well. I'll just say this. I did the best decision I ever made was not buying that and making money on that. The best decision I ever made was taking all the money that I've made and pouring it back into this company, pouring it back into our engineers, pouring it back into the philanthropic work we did. Like when we did the charity auction, there were no sponsors. Like I like it was, the whole thing was just paid for. Like the documentary we did
Wow.
just paid for it. Like it I just think the best thing that you can do is like not buy a fancy car, not buy a fancy watch, not buy a fancy house, live within I'm living at in my childhood home with my mom. You know what I mean? Like live below your means, live in the most frugal way that you can. Take every dollar you make and put it into something that one helps other people, that builds value, that can like mature with you as a person. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I just like look at this shit as my life's work. I look at money as just a type of fuel that I can throw on this fire that I'm like cooking up. And um, I personally believe that this is going to be one of the biggest protocols in the world. And um, I'm just like blessed that the trades have gone my way that I could continue to fund it, because the reality is that nobody really wants to fund philanthropy. Like it's not like this sexy 1000x moonshot unicorn business in which it's like, yeah, let's like go do this. You really have to like fight. And honestly, I pitched donate.gg to multiple people back in like December of last year. And these are like my close friends. And they literally told me, dude, there's like, this is not going to work. And there's no way you're not even going to reach like 100K in donations. We're well over 1 million now. Right. Like it's,
What are they saying now?
Yeah.
well, to be fair, I think none of them were saying it in a negative way. They were saying it as in like, dude, like you could build anything you want. Like you are choosing the hardest thing to build. Like go do something that's gonna be easier. Like it's trading tool, like something like that. Um, but all my friends have been like super supportive in different ways, and um, yeah, we're super lucky
I
to
mean,
be.
you've brought water to over 200,000 people, and really 40 million, I think you said you guys raised total with Mr. Beast.
No, that was
Uh,
just the Mr. Beast total. Their donations were
total, but 200,000 from donate.gg, and not to mention everything that you've done for all other charities and in the future. Like I know we're wrapping up soon, but I'd love to know, like, how do you see, you've just unleashed this crypto on-chain donation opportunity for 10,000 charities overnight. What do you think is going to be the next step for you guys here in the next few years?
I don't know about next few years, so I don't even know what I'm eating for dinner tonight. But the the next step of like what we're trying to complete right now is like we still have some work to do around getting the money to the chair. Like we just doing it in like a much more automated way for the off ramping and stuff. There's still work to do there to just make it super seamless, because when you have 10,000 charities, it's like very hard to manually send all that, right? Like and if you have like $200 sitting in like for like 50 different charities, like that takes a long time to just like manually send. So figuring out that automated process even further. Um, we do need like a proper like fund rate. Like there's just like a lot. I would say also another thing we're working on too is we're like halfway through this is our API. And like I just had this vision of plugging directly into the app layer and making it very easy for protocols to basically just like donate 10 basis points or like just like a small portion of their fees. And the perfect example of this, and I think they've pivoted to doing something else, but they're the goats, and they're a huge reason that we had success in the early days, was time.fun. They were giving a percentage of the creators on their platform were able to give a percentage of their revenue to charity. And I think we raised like 400K for time.fun. Um,
wow.
so there is like massive appetite. Like protocols want to be able to give a portion of their revenue to charity, and we're just like super focused on building the tools for them to do that as well.
That's so sick. I do want to say one thing that we didn't mention on stream, but anyone can use DonateGG. I've used it. On stream, and it's been great. If you want to get crypto donations while you're streaming, just even for yourself. I ended up donating the amount to your stream actually, but if you, as a streamer, you want to get crypto donations, you can do it with Donate. It works also not just for charity, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's also something cool that we should mention. Anyone can set it up, and you just share the link, and there's also a pop-up and that you can set up. So pretty cool. Very cool product.
We literally built out all the streaming tools for like widgets and donation. It's like there's so many cool things that we've done, and but for another day.
I think you're muted, babe. Try again. No. You have to try changing the audio source. It's tough. Oh my God. Try again. You know what? When you're live, like you have to manage all these things, like the mics, the things, the headphones. Like if you don't charge them, they die. The light, the internet. You're dropping frames. Like there's no way to do it like perfectly. But
how about now?
Yes, you're good. You're good. We can hear you loud and clear. But I think that's the fun thing about streaming that I love so much. That if you guys are watching us, this is the real us. Like there's no editing, there's no cutting. You'll see us stress and panic over the little things, but at least you get to see the real, the real us.
Yeah, here we are live from around the world. Dubai, yes. Miami. Where are you calling in from, Leap?
I'm in Virginia right now, but going to I actually need to go to the airport.
Nice. Yeah, well, we're gonna let you run, but really appreciate your time, and then I'm gonna give a villa tour so you guys can stay on. But Leap, appreciate having you today. Really appreciate everything that you've shared with us. So many great messages here, and yeah, everyone go out, support donate.gg. So many charities of your choice to support and be generous this giving season.
Thanks, guys. This was awesome, and shout out to both of you. Kamsky was actually one of the first people to use ever donate. Yeah. So that was super cool. And Elizabeth, you're the best, and awesome. You guys are just doing a phenomenal job on this show.
Big love.
Love you, Leap.
Have a good travel.
All right, guys, I'm gonna give you a tour of the villa. It's going to be very spontaneous because it's literally just me here and some production team starting to set up. I see they already have the stage set up for tonight. I'm just literally going to bring my laptop around. Let's see. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yes, you're good.
All right. So here we go. Maybe I should start at the front. Let's start at the front.
I'm having major FOMO right now. Like, I don't know. I mean, Dubai is not. It's the best season to be in Dubai, but yeah.
Let's see. I'm just gonna.
You really got me there with the. I really fell for it when you guys were saying that Leap was DJing.
I feel like he would be a great DJ. I could see Leap doing that.
So gullible sometimes.
All right, are you guys ready?
Wow.
For the villa tour. Wait, can I set my laptop here?
This is sick.
Sick, right? So everyone's going to be able to drive through here and check in inside. It's going to be a big event. I saw we have over 400 RSVPs for tonight. And when I say tonight, it's actually 4 p.m. It starts at 4 p.m. So yeah, we're just getting set up. We have our Rect drinks. So shout out to our partners. We have Rect, we have Myriad, we have Weekly Wisdom, which is Wizard of Soho's media company. And of course, this is all put on by incredible event agency Takeover. Been working with them for several years now, doing some really fantastic events. So yeah, let's take a tour of the villa. It's totally live, guys. But all right, so you can see this is the entrance. Again, we haven't even started setting up yet, but what I love about this space is that the vibe is going to be Western themed. They already have these crazy cow heads here. So there's pool table. And we have the kitchen. We're going to have dinner and open bar. We're going to have a full on catering service here. And then we're going to have a bunch of casinos.
Oh, we lost her. No. Elizabeth. Oh my God. Well, Wi-Fi struggles. I don't know about you guys, but the villa looks insane every time.
It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, there she is. We got you back. You cut out for a bit.
Oh, am I back?
God. Yeah, you're back. You're good. This is so
Can
cool.
you see the villa?
Yeah, we can see the pool. So nice.
And we have the stage set up kind of over there. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I think I probably lost connection going outside, but
but you're good
this is the villa. Anyway, we're excited to see everyone tonight. Shout out again to our sponsors and partners, Pudgy Penguins. We also have Myriad, Takeover, and Wrecked and Weekly Wisdom. So shout out to everyone involved who are making this event possible.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah, we'll see you all there. Thanks again, and remember to tune in next week Wednesday. We've got more special guests lined up.
See you, everyone. I can't wait for next week.